star bead I'm going to use for the dragonfly's head. So should we get started? So you should have, let's review. So you should have your 3 pipe cleaners, 1, 2, 3, and then you should have your beads. And I have them in this nice little dish, nice and handy, so they don't roll off the table. So I have 10 beads, and then you should have a little separate bead, maybe a star bead or something that you can use for the head. All right, should we get moving? Okay, so take one of your pipe cleaners, like so, and you're going to take the pipe cleaner and you're going to bend it in half. So you're going to bend it in half. So we're bending the pipe cleaner completely in half, just like so. So it's completely bent in half, just like that. Okay, and then we're going to take our other pipe cleaner and we're going to get the wings ready. Did you guys know that dragonflies have 4 wings? Yes, so while we're working on this, so then watch this. So we're going to take one of the second pipe cleaner and we're going to curl it around. So I'm curling it around, and so it's going to make a circle. So when I'm done, so I took one end of the pipe cleaner. So I took one end of the pipe cleaner and I took the other end of the pipe, these guys are wiggly. Took the other end of the pipe cleaner and I pulled it around so they touch, and then I just twist it around. So just continue to twist it around, and then we're going to set it aside. So now your second pipe cleaner has made this incredible circle. Now I'm going to pull out the other pipe cleaner. So I have the third pipe cleaner. We're going to do the same thing. This time, we're going to make the other set of wings so it's a little bit shorter. So let's turn it around and twist it around. Just go around and around. So with my third pipe cleaner, I'm going to make my circle a little bit smaller. So it's a little bit smaller because these are the bottom parts of the wings. All right, while we're doing this, I learned a lot about a dragonfly. You guys ready to learn with me? Did you guys know that a dragonfly, this is pretty neat. So I have in my house, at my house, I live on acres of land, and at the very bottom of my land there, we have this incredible stream that like goes through our yard. And it's this beautiful stream, and I never knew this, but dragonflies, when they're born, they are laid as eggs like a chicken, but they're not chickens. But the dragonfly, I almost said flea, dragonfly lays these eggs in the water. They love water like fish do. They lay these eggs, and these little eggs live underneath the water, in the pond, in the creek, and they live there for 1 week. 1 week, and then after the week is up, guess what happens? They hatch. So you have these little dragonflies that hatch, and then they become nymphs, right? It sounds like a Willy Wonka show or something, but they become nymphs. And then they live under there for almost 2 years. Can you imagine that? A dragonfly living in my creek for 2 years as a nymph, and they have a ferocious appetite. All right, so I'm going to come back to that. So we got to keep moving, right? So I'm going to come back to that. So we're going to take our first circle. We're going to bring it down. So the top part where we wrapped it around, we're going to bring it around, and we're going to turn in the center. So now, guess what? Your wings are being formed, and now it makes a figure 8. Okay, so back to the creek story. So these little dragonflies, which are nymphs, are living underneath the creek in the water for up to 2 years. And guess what happens? They decide it's time to come and live out and fly and use their wings. So they come out of the water, out of the creek, crawl onto shore like you'd probably crawl onto the beach, and they find a nice little happy twig. They get on the twig, and then did you know that eventually their shell kind of cracks and they emerge out and they become this beautiful dragonfly. See, like the one I have next to me is this gorgeous dragonfly with actually 4 wings, a very long body, and they have such, like I said, a ferocious appetite. So when they come out, they are so hungry. Did you know I find this super interesting. You guys like macaroni and cheese? I love macaroni and cheese. Well, guess how much a dragonfly will eat? This is how much they eat in one day. And by the way, they love mosquitoes. So dragonflies, when you see those in your yard, they're your friends. But they eat as much as you would eat if you ate 64 plates of macaroni and cheese in one day. That's a lot of food. Okay, let's get back to business. So here, let's go ahead and pull back our original pipe cleaner. So remember, it was folded in half. Is that view pretty good, Sarah? Okay, super. So we're going to take our beads. We're going to take one bead and we're going to very carefully slide it on the bottom. So we're going to just slide it up. So it slides on there, just like so. So you're just going to do one at a time. You're going to slowly slide, just like this, very carefully. So we're adding each bead. Our bead's kind of fun. So we're slowly adding. So yeah, who knew that a dragonfly would have that type of appetite? And also, this is kind of an interesting fact about a dragonfly. Dragonflies are incredible they're great swimmers when they're nymphs, but when they get out and they master their flight, this is so awesome. They have the strongest set of wings in the world, in the insect world. That's crazy, right? These little transparent wings that they have are the strongest set of wings in the entire world. I mean, who would ever think that? So when I go to my creeks, you're adding each bead one by one. You're slowly adding them. So we're adding our 10 beads, and you guys, if you want to, you could add more, you could add less. It's completely up to you. So you're just going to slowly add. And also, I don't know if you guys know this, but a dragonfly can actually fly straight up, straight down, and backwards. So he can fly straight up, straight down, and he can fly backwards. He's quite acrobatic, if you ask me. So I'm on my 10th bead. So I'm on my 10th bead right now. I don't know how you guys are doing out there. I'm sure this is kind of, so we have 10 beads we're adding on, and feel free, you know what? It's fun to mix it up, add some different colors, textures. I mean, it's amazing the amount of different types of beads that you can get out there. All right, now this is one of my favorite parts. So we're going to add, so if you notice on my dragonfly, I have two separate openings like this. So those are eventually going to be, it's split, are going to be the little antennas of the dragonfly. Okay, are you guys ready to make the wings? Before we begin, let's go ahead and I'm going to have a star for almost like a crown for the head. So we're going to find the opening, and these are really fun beads to work with because they have such nice openings for all the different things that you want to use you could add your pipe cleaner. So now I'm adding so I'm trying to form a little circle at the top because that is going to be our little dragonfly's head. So here we go, added that. So I have a tiny little circle over his little, almost looks like a necklace now. And let's go ahead and add the wings. So before I begin though, I'm going to split this apart on the bottom where his bottom is so the beads don't fall off. All right, let's go. So remember I said we have the two different sizes of pipe cleaners. So we want to have the top wing, because actually on a dragon wing, the top wings, the top two are a little bit bigger wings, larger spread. So watch this. Oh, wait a second, unroll that, hang on. So we're going to go through, so we have the round circle. So we're going to poke through the middle of the circle, that nice straight body. We're going to go underneath that top bead, Do we have a nice close-up of this, Sarah? Looks good. She gave me the thumbs up. Thank you. She's a very good producer back there. So we're going to turn it. Watch, see, we're going to turn it. That's going to make it nice and snug because this guy has a lot of flying to do. So we're going to turn this one just like so. All right. So now we have this guy. We have his top set of wings, right like that. Okay. Now we're going to make his body. Can you he's kind of starting to take shape a little bit. He's starting to take some shape. So now we have our smaller set of wings like this. So these were a little smaller. Remember I said to make your circle a little bit smaller. So we have a small size, like a figure 8, right like that. So we're going to open it up, make our circle. We're going to go up through the bottom. So the body's going to go right through the middle. We're going to find the center point. Okay, so we're going to find the center point, just like so. There we go. Perfect. Just like that. I think you guys see what I'm up to, don't you? It's starting to show. So I'm going to take, so now we're going to turn it because we want to make it nice and snug. Just like that. Just like that, nice and snug. So on the other side too, nice and snug. So once these dragonflies start to use their wings and they flutter around, now you know what? They're all going to turn out a little different. See that? So my dragon wing has 4 wings. And remember what I said? He's the strongest wings in the world of insects. What a great reputation to have, huh? So here we are. Wow, isn't that cool? I should have added a couple different colors, but you know, like dragon wings, there's different colors, different sizes. But I want you guys to promise me something. So here we go. We got this. See that? What do you think? Isn't it cute? Right like that. So there we have it. Nice little dragon wing. And actually, did you guys know they have little slits on the bottom that they use to grab things with sometimes? So you want to put on your thinking caps with me? I'm going to make you think because we got some STEM stuff going here. So let's put on our thinking caps. Did you guys know that for this summer, we have extra amounts of dragonflies flying around? Have you guys noticed that? I wonder why that is. Do you know why? I think I know why. Because we're kind of in a drought condition. Do you guys know what it means to be in a drought condition? It means it's kind of dry. We haven't had a lot of rain until lately. But because it's dry, it means that the water is warmer. And when the water is warmer, it means that those little the nymphs, decide that they want to come out and get on land a little quicker and turn into dragonflies. Isn't that interesting? It's just so funny how one thing affects another. But finally, and the most important thing, so here you have your new little friend, your new little dragonfly. When you see one that buzzes past you, and by the way, that buzz sound, that's his wings flapping. That when you hear that buzzing sound, when you see one or you hear one that's flapping past you, make sure to tell him thank you. Tell him thank you because he loves mosquitoes. He can eat hundreds of mosquitoes in one day. So just tell him thank you for all that he does. And also, last but not least, I want to remind you of some dates that are coming up. On September 14th, we're going to have a guest and we're going to do rolled beeswax candles. And then on September 19th, we're going to have story time and we're going to create lip balm creations. So until next time, keep a smile on your face as you go from place to place. Thank you. Have a wonderful day. Bye-bye.